If you've been watching the show over the past week, it's pretty clear that I have a bit of an issue with Elon Musk for all of the obvious reasons. But that said, is it possible for him to change and to do good things? Probably not, but we're gonna look at the evidence. When it comes to Elon Musk and cryptocurrency, he is one of the biggest boosters. It was they did all these jokes on SNL about it last week. He's been a booster of it. He directed Tesla to buy $1.5 billion in Bitcoin just earlier this year. And he tweets about it and he steals people's memes and posts about it and all that. But that said, he might be changing. He posted this comment on Twitter. Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, I doubt that. And we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at a great cost to the environment. So they're not gonna be selling any Bitcoin. They're not gonna intend to use it for transactions anymore and all of that stuff. They're also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of the current Bitcoin energy per transaction. So he is implying that they are very much changing their tune when it comes to cryptocurrency. What do you think about that, Jason?
I'm not sure if there's, I mean, of course, there's always pressure applied from people, and of course the conversation in the zeitgeist on environmentally safe and sustainability and all that's always going to be paramount. It's always going to be something that people are talking about. But we can't fault Elon for maybe getting greater later. Okay, maybe he got maybe SNL, maybe Lorne Michaels had a conversation with him at SNL and said, "Look, Lauren, you better fall in line. You better get it together, brother." But no, seriously though, I
doubt.
I don't think A.D. Bryant pulled him aside, or Michael Che or Colin Jost said, "Listen, man, if you forget cryptocurrency, okay?" But
I think Cecily could get through to him.
Or no, I think Ego Wodum. Yeah. She probably said, "Look, homeboy, this is what we're doing." Or Keenan.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, but whatever. Like I said, some people can get greater later. I don't. Elon Musk is one of those people though that much like I would say, and I just go with me on this equation, okay? Like Beyonce, Oprah, and people that have the power to influence very quickly. Elon Musk is one of those people, believe it or not. Even if we don't like him or not, and I bring up Beyonce because Beyonce, she could put out a phrase like flawless, and all of a sudden it's everywhere. People are calling everything flawless because they have that kind of power and that kind of sway in pop culture and in their respective fields in pop culture, right? So Elon Musk, people revere him as one of the greatest minds of our time, regardless of how we feel about him, regardless of how we feel about him personally and his weird relationship with his baby mama, all that. He's still someone that people think, okay, well, he's done very well. He's a genius. So if he can say, hey, we're gonna put the full stop on something that may be, or is apparently, of course, not beneficial for the environment or for a myriad of different things, then cool, I'm with it. And again, maybe he's getting greater later.
Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe.
I have 3 things that I want to say. One, I want to point out one thing that he said and give him credit for, because as I said, he mentioned in that statement, the energy, I still have 3 things. The energy, a rise in energy consumption. So let's go to that graph. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit. And you can see that it has been shooting up very recently during the course of the pandemic, actually, in his little chart. Don't expect to actually read the numbers. I know it's too small, but it is true. Please don't at me about it. It's true, don't at me. I don't care. Even if it weren't true, I'd still hate Bitcoin, but it's definitely true. But anyway, now the interesting thing was that after his announcement, that hurt Tesla very slightly. I think like 1% of their stock value or something like that. But it hurt the cryptocurrencies way worse. So here is, I believe this is actual Bitcoin. So that dropped quite a bit. And then Dogecoin fell 15%. After already falling because of the stuff that happened on SNL. So I will just say, as many people have said, if one dude tweeting can tank a currency, maybe it's not the best currency. I understand it's complex. I don't think it should be that volatile.
It should not be that volatile. And what's interesting, John, is that here in Miami, our Mayor Francis Suarez is an incredible guy who's really getting behind. Last December, he had a tweet that went viral because one big tech company had said, hey, we're thinking about moving, making other cities in the United States a tech hub. And he responded like, hey, well, we're ready to help you out. Miami's become this very, I would say, Miami has all eyes have been on the city about it being the next blockchain cryptocurrency, having that be a new way of life here. But it does seem very volatile, right? It's not regulated. It seems like, and everyone, it's hard to understand. I'm sure if you do your research on it, it's hard to understand. But I can go to Wells Fargo and go to these different banks and know what's going on and know where my funds are going and transactions with stocks and whatnot, and cryptocurrency and blockchain and all that. To me, and I think I'm a smart guy, but to me, it's like, what are we doing? Okay, what is this? Like, what is this? And is it real? Like, is it tangible? Can I feel it? Can I touch it? Like you have all these questions and the volatility. We're always trying to protect every red cent we have because they're hard to come by. And in an instant, like we've seen with these charts, poof, gone. Poof.
Yeah, so what happened to the people who bought a bunch of Dogecoin Friday night before SNL, expecting that he was gonna do a meme in real life and it was gonna shoot up in value? Well, they just lost a ton of money over the past week. People who trusted Dogecoin or trusted Elon Musk, or more likely are just really economically desperate and are looking for some sort of easy solution, and they're being sold the idea that cryptocurrency is an easy solution. After all, everybody knows somebody who made a ton of money off of it. So clearly I must be the next person, but not so much necessarily. A lot of people lost fortunes. He's probably doing okay. But anyway, the volatility is my number one comment. My number two comment is, for the love of God, please stop advertising to me about cryptocurrency. I don't want the ads on Twitter about the guy saying, you can morning, noon, or night, you can make hundreds of transactions. I don't care. I don't care about your metal card powered by crypto and YouTube ads. I'm so sick of that ad, I'm gonna lose it. Cryptocurrency, the best money we've ever had. No, it isn't, and I really don't want your ads. And by the way, this is true of cryptocurrency and a lot of things. If you are constantly being advertised to about how easy it is to get rich off of it, you should be very worried. Because if it was that easy to get rich off of it, they'd be doing that, not trying to get rich off of telling you how easy it is to get rich off of it. It seems like they found something easier than just investing in cryptocurrency. So that's my number two thing. My number three thing really fast is, I don't believe it. I don't believe that they've turned against cryptocurrency permanently. I hope that I'm wrong. And they say they're not gonna be selling any. Do we know for sure that they didn't sell any before he made this comment and it had the predictable effect? No, we actually don't know. Now, we probably will know in July. That's when reporting cycles, blah, blah, blah. We might know, but it is possible that this guy who cares more about money than anything else sold off his cryptocurrency, says something that causes it to bomb, will then buy up a ton of it, and it will gradually go back up to where it was at, and he'll make 300 billion more dollars or whatever. I don't know, that's just a speculation, but I'm a little bit worried about it. And I would just say anything having to do with Elon Musk, take with a grain of salt, pump the brakes a little bit.
Pump the brakes. I agree, and I think cryptocurrency, like I said, here in Miami's on the verge of being this really cool tech hub that's ushering a new way. And I think it's incredible that the mayors here and the people are trying to open our eyes to all the possibilities that can improve our way of life down here in Miami and in any city. So I think there's something to be said about crypto, blockchain, and all of that. But it's just more education needs to be available, and if we're being inundated with Bitcoin stuff now, because now look, Alexa's listening right now. She's probably gonna every email and everything's gonna be like Bitcoin going outside or around my house. But I do think that you gotta take it with a grain of salt, especially from Elon Musk, who you remember the Cybertruck, and he threw the rock at the window. It's indestructible. It's made from adamantium and vibranium, and it cracked. And it cracks. It's like, okay, man. Well, we'll revisit that. Same thing with Bitcoin, this cryptocurrency.
Yeah, don't make your financial security the second window in that demonstration. Anyway.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.